The red circle. Tell me your name.
My name is Kristen Acetta.
And you live in Pittsfield?
Yes, I do.
And whereabouts?
Off of Appleton Avenue.
And that interesting thing that you were telling me about, you're a student, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a student at BCC.
And what are you taking?
Human Services. I'm transferring for my degree in social work.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it is.
Now, where'd you get the idea to do that?
I love helping people. I've had a desire. I've always enjoyed working with people, and I also had trials and tribulations in my own life to help me get through.
And so you wanted to go out and help somebody else?
Yes, I do.
Right. And how long ago did you start this?
I'd say about 5-6 years ago.
Yes.
And I just came around to doing it.
And it's just about, your training's just about over, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How much more do you have to do?
I only have 2 more semesters before I transfer to Elms College.
Oh, to what college?
Elms.
Elms College?
Yes.
And then where is that, and what do you do there?
That's in Chicopee, Mass.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's a Roman Catholic college?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, a very fine college, right. Uh-huh.
Yes. And that's where I'll get my bachelor's degree in social work.
And then what will you do then?
Well, from then on, I will. Once I get my bachelor's degree, I'll have a degree in social work where I can either help. I can do social work. You can move around in different fields. I can work with deaf and hard of hearing, which I'm interested in doing because I'm hard of hearing myself. Or I can help someone in substance abuse and alcohol, or people with mental
Isn't that nice?
illnesses.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I commend you. That's a nice thing to do.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm going to go over and check, make sure we get the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Now, you come to the Christian Center. I've seen you at the Christian Center so many times. What do you do?
I talk with everybody and see what, I really sit down and observe what goes on here at the Christian Center and see the great things that they do here for the people in the community.
Oh, they do, folks. They do great things for the community.
Yes, they do. They do a lot of donation. Everything's free here. I mean, what Cheryl does for the community is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. How many more times do you get credit for this in your schoolwork, right?
Yes, it did. It's part of my graduation requirement.
It is?
Yes.
And how many more times are you coming with us?
Just 6 more times and I'm all finished for this semester.
And that's finished for the semester?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And how did you start out? What did you have to take the first year you went?
You have to take English, you have to take math at transfer, if you're transferring to a 4-year college. If not, you just take a regular math class, history class, all human services class, because you got to start out with human service 1, 2, and it goes up. And then you do your field work the second semester. And you just have to take the requirements that is required from the human service program in order to graduate.
And you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I really did.
You really did. What do you like most about it?
I think the people of the community, helping everybody, and then it gives me a lot of, it gives me a chance to work with everyone.
Yeah. Could you someday ever end up as an executive director of something like the Christian Center, the way Cheryl did?
Yes, I could.
Yeah, you could do that. Because of the education.
Yeah.
And so you're into the end of your second year, right?
Yes, I'm at the end of the second year. I have 2 more semesters. I got 1 more semester left for my associate's degree, but then I'm staying at BCC for another semester to take courses towards my bachelor's degree.
You are?
Yeah.
And then you can go to Elm College.
Yes.
And then you can get a BA.
Yes.
And it will be a BA in social work.
Yes. Yes.
You would recommend that anybody do this?
I would recommend people you have to have trials and tribulations in your own life in order to understand the community. If you've never had, it's probably not a field to be in. She always said that, and I kind of admire her for that because it's true.
Have your own trials and tribulations first.
Yeah.
And then you can go out and understand other people's.
Some people, well, it's not have your own trials and tribulations. It's things that happen in your life so that when you do go into the human service work, you can understand another person's trials and tribulations.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you've ever been able to help anybody?
Yes, I have.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
No greater feeling than that, is
Yes,
there?
it is.
No, right. Does the Bible and prayer help a lot?
Oh, very much so.
Can you tell me about that?
I don't know, for me, for my own, I get up in the morning and I read. I have daily readings that I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
What do you use? Our Daily Bread?
Our Daily Bread, yep, I have a Word Among Us. And I also have a Recovery Bible. And I read every night. I read the Bible every night before I go to bed.
Good for you, and that gives you strength.
It gives me strength and peace.
Yeah,
it does.
Right. Is anything else that you wanted to tell the folks?
No, it's been a real pleasure working here at the Christian Center. I feel that I've gotten a lot out of it. I am so grateful.
Oh, that's nice.
Very grateful.
Well, we're grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else to tell us?
No, that'll be it.
All right. And what's the name of our cameraman?
Mike.
Mike. Mike, thank you for your good camera work.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Looks better already, doesn't it? It's Thanksgiving Eve, and I am thankful for you. And we shall videotape this great event. A Chat with Glendora is done. This is QPTV, the pain in the neck, because they require DV cam, and nobody else but Sony has a DV cam, and they got hooked into this, and Sony must have treated them to dinners, and so I have to send 4 DV cams to Jean John Rowe and $40 to make the Dubs a new show for every week of the month of December. What's going on here? Atlanta, Georgia. They're going to be on public access TV for another year. Debbie Rudman at Drexel University. Wrong zip code. And how are you, Miss Fluffy Kitten? You're so fluffy and you're so pretty. And this is the seniors at New London, and they've learned how to videotape their events and send them to me, and I will make them TV station ready. This is Victoria Documentarian, graduate student at RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. A Chat with Glendora is done. November events, December cablecast. This goes to Dick Wolfley for the last time to put on the internet. He charges $10 a show. And so then in November, this costs $280. And Devin says he can do it for much less, so we will try Devin for the December events to be cablecast in January 2010. Now, here's Dick Here's Dick Wolfie, I think, for the last time on putting a chat with Glendora on the internet. $280 this month. It's too much. That kind of money isn't around anymore.
Hey Glendora, I was just calling to say happy Thanksgiving. I'm a big fan. I watch your show. And I just hope you have a bountiful day and that all is well with you. Happy Thanksgiving.
To play the message.
Hey Glendora, I was just calling to say happy Thanksgiving. I'm a big fan. I watch your show. And I just hope you have a bountiful day and that all is well with you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey Glendora, I was just calling to say happy Thanksgiving. I'm a big fan. I watch your show. And I just hope you have a bountiful day and that all is well with you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Thank you, God. And the bounty starts with you, young man. Thank you.
Where that is. Good afternoon. I'm not quite sure where I have reached. I found your number on a television show on Channel 16 the other night that had a part of I would call it a folk Lutheran service. I don't even know where I'm calling. It looks like Glendora, but I'm not sure where that is. I mean, I'm totally lost. All I have is this telephone number. So if you would be so kind as to get back to me, I really would like to pursue the questions about the, I think it was called Jesus Rock Lutheran Service. My name is Wanda Howell. My telephone number is 609-397-1626. The other number that was on the screen was 518-575-9448, and they tell me that is no longer a working number. So any help you could give me would be much appreciated. Bye.
609 is Trenton. And that is a godsend too, because I was wondering about a chat with Glendora being on in Trenton. Because Alan Sherman, who was, well, he was one of my most favorite public access coordinators, and I didn't know whether he was the best or whether Rob Jackson in Harrison, Port Chester, Pelham, and Yonkers was the best, or whether Alan Sherman was the best, so I made two of them together at the top. Well, Comcast, I am told, cut 150 people public access down to 6. And Alan Sherman was cut off. And I began to think something was wrong, folks, because Alan was so good about returning my tapes. He would send them at his cost, UPS, every week. And when that stopped, I began to have questions. So, this Wanda Helms is a godsend. She tells me that your show is being played in Trenton. And also, she told me it was at nighttime, in evening.
Hello, Glendora. This is Christine Conti calling from Time Warner Cable down in Poughkeepsie, New York. Just wanted to touch base with you. I know that you've called on several occasions. Just wanted to let you know we are still running your show on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock.
Thanks.
There are some changes that could be coming down the pike in regards to some restructuring that may be taking place with Time Warner on public access in regards to our news division, our sports division, and local origination division. And I will keep you posted in regards to that. Other than that, keep doing what you're doing, sending your tapes and stuff. I mean, it doesn't affect you drastically. You know, there will still be public access here. But who will be responsible responsible for it could be changing, and I will keep you abreast of that as we get further details.
When troubles
Anyway,
roll
have
by
yourself a great Thanksgiving. Ever.
like clouds in
Take care. Bye.
the sky. She said, keep laughing. That's important.
Massachusetts. Hi, Glendora. It's Trudy Ramstein. Sorry it took me so long
Binghamton.
to get back to you.
Binghamton.
Your show this past Friday night, you were in Massachusetts. It was really interesting. You were at a shop where they sold vintage clothing and jewelry and bric-a-brac. Very interesting again.
Good
Eric's
for
Lyme
you.
disease test came back negative. Your show was on for an hour this time, which was nice. Okay, it's Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, and have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be talking to you.
Isn't it nice to have these friends all over the country, folks? Trenton, New Jersey, Binghamton, New York, and she was talking about Carla Lund, who lives in Bennington, Vermont. Isn't it nice?
Is Glendora there? Is Glendora there?
To play the message, press 1. Press 1.
Another TV fan would be Charles Clampett and his darling daughter, Alexa. And they're in Verplanck, Long Island. No, that's wrong. It isn't Verplanck, it's something. Yaplanck. Verplanck is in Westchester. Yaplanck is in Long Island. Anyway, it's Blue Point. Folks, I'm going to have my funeral on March the 6th. That's a Saturday at 2 p.m. And it's at St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Valatia, New York, which is in the town of Kinderhook. You are invited. She wants to come in the house. .com. She's trying to open the doorknob now. Well, that's enough. I have to go let her in. Thanksgiving night, the moon, and just a little bit over there, folks, but not bright enough for the camera to pick up, is Jupiter. Thank you. Thanksgiving is every 15 minutes. Thank you. In the sanctuary, God first, the Friday after Thanksgiving, you're supposed to be absolutely alone and only with God. And look at this convocation. There's a count of blessings of Thanksgiving, and it's amazing. That there's 63 of them. And of course, that's not all of them. Folks, do not turn your back on God today. Do not put other things first. Do you think that God was lonesome yesterday on Thanksgiving? That everybody turned his or her back on God? Do not leave God alone by himself today. Keep him company. you like this, God? This convocation of peace? Peace could not be much greater than this. Today's to-do list is long. "46 things to do today." Never can make it. Most you can do in a day is 30, and that has to be a good day. 35 minutes later, we still have a peaceful convocation. No motion. Bliss. Amadeus.com and Sebastian. Friday after Thanksgiving. Alone with God first. Were you one yesterday? No. I could have done better. Did you leave God alone on Thanksgiving? Fair. I could have done better. What is the next task? Bible, meditate, hymn, and prayer. State the task. It is God's will that this task be done. God, we are with you. It is your will this task be done. Throughout it all, we will continue in your presence. You are with me, God, during this endeavor, the labor of my mind. As always, fill our hearts. Brother Lawrence. Matthew 10. Memorize an outline of Matthew 10. Let's see how you can do. Christ called together 12 men to be disciples. He gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out, to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Today, folks, who is healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease? At $350 an office call, at $75,000 an operation. Who is doing that, God? Who were the 12 disciples? Andrew, Bartholomew, James Alphaeus, James Zebedee, John, Judas, Matthew, Peter, Philip, Simon Canaanite, Thaddeus, Thomas. Is that 12? And he told them to go out preaching, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. What did he mean by that? He meant that the kingdom of heaven is in your heart. And he meant, never leave God alone. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers. Freely you have received, freely give. What else? Something about wolves in sheep clothing. Something about harmless as doves. Something about take no thought as to what you will speak. It will be given to you what to speak. For it is not you who speaks, it is your Father in heaven. It is the Spirit of your Father in heaven who speaks. I think we left out something. You go into a city and you inquire what house is worthy. And if the house is worthy, you give it your peace. If the house is not worthy, you let your peace return to yourself. If the city is not worthy, leave and shake the dust off your feet. And then, what else? What else? What else? If you so much as give a cup of cold water to one of these little ones, you will not lose your rewards. Let me see if that's all of them. Turn off the recorder. Here are the notes. Let's see if we left anything out. Oh yeah, he said, go not unto the Gentiles. Oh yeah, I left out. There is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and there is nothing hid that shall not be seen. Okay. How many did we miss? 2. Matthew 10. Memorize an outline of Matthew 10. Someday, go back and see if you can memorize, if you recall, the outline of Matthew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. They were memorized sometime during September, August, July, and June, and May of 2009, Anno Domini. So from Bible to meditate, we go to Hymn of the Day. Charles Clampett said he liked this the best of all of the hymns I sang him on Thanksgiving. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. In my heart, Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. In my heart, in my heart, Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart.